back to doing my meal prepping for keto. I'm doing some bacon egg cups. This is my bacon. I started. I like to do it ahead of time because it takes longer to cook. I have onion, mushroom, and spinach all measured out. I believe it's a ½ ounce of mushrooms, like 1/4 of an ounce of onions and spinach. And here's a ½ ounce of cheese each you're gonna get, depending on whatever your macros are. That's what I'm gonna. Here I just dumped them all in, nothing fancy. Crack your egg right over the top. Got cheese on top. I like to top mine with this. I already added some up here, so you can add whatever you like. Put them in the oven, 375, 20 minutes. So my breakfast for 2 days next week is already done. Just 2 hard-boiled eggs and 2 ounces of beef kielbasa. Alright, so now we're gonna get started with some chili. I have some beef broth, a cup of beef broth, 1 red onion, 1 bell pepper, olive oil, some fire roasted diced tomato paste. I'm gonna use half of that crushed. This is the Truvia brown sugar, minced garlic, and we're gonna do sausage and beef. So we have our meat. I'm gonna get a spoon, break this up real good, and we'll be back. Alright, so now our meat is cooked through. We're gonna add the rest of our ingredients, and we'll season it. Add our onions, peppers, garlic, and our Truvia. I'm gonna give this a mix, and then I'll add our canned items. Okay, so I added ½ a can of the crushed tomatoes. I added the whole can of the dice and just a spoonful of our paste. Let's mix this up. Now I'm gonna pour in our beef broth, just a cup. Mix that up. Okay, let's get into these seasonings. I have some beef bouillon, chili powder, of course, some garlic powder here, some cumin, and my fave, slap your mama. There you can see all that flavor on top. I'm gonna stir that up, and then I'm just gonna turn this on medium and put the top on and let it cook. Now we're gonna get started on our cheeseburger soup. I have 1/8 of the heavy cream, a cup of beef broth, 3 ounces of mushrooms, 3 ounces of shredded cheese, 3 bacon strips I cut up, 2 ounces of yellow onion. I'm gonna use a tablespoon of the tomato sauce paste, or half of the honey mustard. I got about a little over a pound of ground beef. And of course I'm gonna add some garlic. Alright, so first things first, I have this on high. I'm gonna break this meat up, cook this up a little bit. Alright, so our meat is all brown. We're gonna take this out and drain it. I'm gonna add our bacon. Go in with your onion. And let the mushrooms join that party. I'm just gonna cook this up a bit before I add my garlic, and I'll come back. To that pot, I added our garlic, mustard, and tomato paste. I'm gonna stir this up. And I added that cream cheese and butter. I'm gonna let this melt down, and then we'll add our liquids and our ground beef back. Mixing our ground beef, and I'll come back when I get the liquids going in. Alright, so before I put my liquids, I added my seasonings. Just before I mix it up. Okay, now we're gonna add our heavy cream and our beef broth. And I turned it down to low. I'm gonna cover it and let it cook. Add our cheese. Don't forget the cheese. Our last meal, we're gonna make some jerk salmon salad. Here's some homemade jerk I had left over. 3 ounces of feta, 2 ounces of yellow onion, 2½ cups of shredded lettuce. And let's get this in the air fryer. Alright, so this is it. Here's our cheeseburger soups. I have 2 of those. I'll eat those 2 days for either some breakfast or, not breakfast, sorry, lunch or dinner. Here's our chili, which I'll top with some sour cream and some shredded sharp cheddar. And lastly, my fave, some jerk salmon salad. I put the feta and the onions under there. When I eat it, I'll just take that salmon off and heat it up. I'm gonna have it with 3 tablespoons of this. And I already have them packed in our little to-go cases. And that's it, folks. Now it's time to chill out. Everybody enjoy the rest of your weekends. It's almost over. Good night.